And it is important to let go of the anger in your heart because you haven't, or you thought that you haven't done your best. Honey, all this time you have been doing your best. You have been doing your best to survive with the means that you are given. And that in itself is the ultimate act of love. Hello, everyone. It's Iron. Welcome to a whole new episode of the Friend Yourself podcast. I know I look pretty, and I know she's been gone for almost a year. And no, I am not your father because I came back. No, I'm just kidding. I just started a podcast like that. Oh my gosh. First and foremost, I'd like to sincerely apologize that I've been gone for almost a year, or I think it's been a year. I haven't checked really. I It was very sudden that I felt like I wanted to make a whole new episode, but I wouldn't say my life is perfect right now, but I think that my current state is something that I think that a lot of people are currently facing right now. And it's about facing the difficulty of letting go. Letting go is a concept that I think social media in general has like a different approach. Social media, or just modern day in general, the concept of letting go revolves around cutting people off, around being logical and not being emotional. Letting go means a whole lot of different things. And what I've learned from detaching and, trying to find my own definition of the word letting go from a lot of my experiences in this past year is that it is an emotional process. It's not something you cut off in your life and simply let go, but it is something you actively choose for yourself. It's not something you do out of spite, out of anger, and out of lack of empathy. But for me, what I've learned is letting go is being kind to yourself. Letting go is learning that some experiences, A, some people, B, like your relationship, girl, that situationship isn't working out because you don't let go. And yeah, bully me right now. I will probably I will need to share something with you guys later on about just letting go, just because I've been going through it this past few weeks or months. But, anyways, the point is letting go has a lot of definitions, and depending on your experience, it needs to fit you. You need to fall and let go, babes. You need to fall and let go, I feel like with a lot of situations I've been in, or problems I've been in, may it be family problems, may it be internal problems with myself, my confidence, my body image. If you guys, I don't think I see it in the camera. It's probably body dysmorphia, search it up. But I have lost a little weight, I guess, from the last video. I just bit the bullet and proceeded to take care of myself physically, because the beginning where I started not uploading, I was facing a lot of things. I lost control. I wasn't letting go. I kept holding on to things and I wanted to change it. I was in a situationship last year wherein this guy wouldn't or couldn't commit to me, but I would still beg him to try and try. And, I became tired. And the moment it was difficult to let go. I just had to respect myself enough and, you know, leave silently. And I think it's a year after now. I have healed from that and I am now in a better place. However, Miss Thing is a lover girl. I love just, I don't want to say the idea of being in love. So when I see kindness, let me bite the D. Let me bite the D. When I see kindness in people, I immediately am drawn to their light. Before I go in deeper with my advice, with just letting go, I first like to take this moment to share a specific experience that I have gone through lately. And this has something to do with letting go. I have met this person, this guy, this cute guy in school. This cute guy was tall. He was, I guess, everything that I have been looking for physically in a partner. Occasionally, we had the opportunity to meet up and get to know each other. And we were placed in a very specific setting wherein I felt like it could force us to communicate to each other. The first days has been fun, sure. But the more it grew deep, he became more physically affectionate towards me. Looking at it at hindsight, maybe he was just being friendly. Maybe he was just truly like that. But as someone whom have grown in the household wherein I feel like physical affection is not considered as a love language, I felt like I immediately had to link that with romantic affection. I do admit that I tend to misinterpret a lot of actions from people, but at the same time, the guy that I had developed crush with is showing more than what I thought a friend would actually show to someone that they want to get to know as a romantic partner. He was very touchy when we talked. He did hug me and he was making or getting every opportunity it takes to get close to me. So at the top of my head, I thought and I processed that maybe he was showing romantic affection. Since this guy was someone that I was physically attracted to, I did start to fall. I did start to just appreciate who he was. And the more we grew closer, I thought we were building something. But in the end, it was revealed that actually this guy was in a relationship. I know, girl, I am not gonna be a third party because I'm the first party, not the second. The third party because I'm just the party. Let me get started. Why am I making this like comedic? Now having to get out of this situation, I now realize that maybe he was just getting friendly, and I'm not gonna defend that. It has something to do with maybe what I need to change about myself. And I'm not gonna come here and say that I'm the victim, because I'm not, but I'm also not going to take it against him because truly he was just a person that I appreciated. And since I was healing constantly, I felt like I wanted to share something out of my cup. And I assumed that maybe this was a perfect opportunity to do that for someone. However, it is very unfortunate that I did misunderstood his actions. I feel like this always unfortunately happens to me, wherein I misunderstood a lot of actions from people, because being physically affectionate to me is communicating that you like me or you're very comfortable with me, with my girlfriend. But since I wasn't shown that growing up, I felt like it was a different experience and it was this whole new thing to me. And I think that I totally fell for that. And I'm not gonna be ashamed of admitting that. In light of the situation, I do want to share with you guys something that I wrote last night, because I was truly just grieving this. I don't want to even call it like relationship, because truly it wasn't. This misunderstand. Anyways, I just want to have you guys take a peek on my feelings in a very deep way. So, here is the poem. I hate to say it, but I like him. I knew every line in his face like the constellations, the ones that I wish I could trace at night. I knew every crease of his smile and how it is etched my skin like a scar. Another addiction I crave so far, like taking a hit of cigar. Our friendship was something I cherished. The memory of you will never perish. For every opportunity to pour in someone's cup, I'll take. And in this short while, I hope that it's not fake. But I guess it's just another story I tell myself. One where I am a character, but not in his story. So sorry if I keep writing my name in a book where there were no pages left to fill. To me, you're my somebody, but to you, I was just somebody. A body that mirrored her silhouette, a truth I didn't know you kept. Maybe I was hopeful, or I was just a fool, of hoping you'd let me see your scars like I showed you mine. But I guess I'll just leave myself bleeding, hoping someday my heart will stop bleeding. I have fallen yet again to a shadow of what can't be mine. I guess I'm fine, and I hope you'll find home in her without me. In this ultimate act of love, I have to set free not you but me. Goodbye to you. C'est la vie. I don't know. I feel utterly emotional of sharing that very vulnerable part of myself. But maybe getting it out on the internet will, I don't know, will help someone to maybe write something, or perhaps just speak their mind out and try to pour out your whole entire heart on something, so you could also see it physically and let go of it emotionally. Having the opportunity to make this poem, I realized how much happiness just loving or appreciating someone is for me. However, I am not going to stay in a situation that is already not mine. It is not for me. It wasn't made for me. And yes, I did misunderstood the situation. Yes, I might have been a cute girl with daddy issues, but I'm not gonna come here and tell myself to keep just holding on, because maybe someday they would broke up. Maybe that's the truth, but I'm not out here actively hoping for it. It's not something that you wish on someone, because I too has someone out there for me. And The experience of appreciating human beings is not something that you should hate yourself for, but it is something that you should appreciate. I did grieve this, whatever it was. To me, maybe it was a budding relationship, but girl, it wasn't. And that's the truth. And I know we can misunderstand people when they show up in a way where they always show up, or it's their default. But you're out here being hopeful, and unfortunately, if something doesn't work out for you, you have to let it go. My experience doesn't only use the word letting go, but you can also use it in different facets of your life. I feel like now that this chapter of my life, or just reminiscing or going behind this experience now, actively in this moment, it's still new, it's still fresh. I choose the ultimate act of choosing myself, being kind to myself, admitting to myself that maybe I was wrong and maybe I need to work on myself in understanding a more secure attachment to love. In the similar vein, this could also apply to your friendships, to your job, and to just situations that you can control. I think we're taught from the very young age that everything is in our control. However, the truth is, as human beings, we are wired to feel emotions. And society continually, with modernizing and just modern mindsets, it continues to teach us that you must be logical, you must not be emotional, you must be independent. And I want to advocate for genuinely feeling your emotions and not taking control of life. I felt like if I hadn't experienced pain from just falling in love from people, I wouldn't be here and more in love with myself. To be honest, now I am trying to actively just make myself healthy. I just finished running, I took a bath, put on some makeup, and I do appreciate that. Maybe I am in this situation because I needed reasons to pour into my own cup. Maybe my cup needs an upgrade. Maybe it needs a bowl so I can pour onto myself more. And I think if we don't let things or experience happen to us, it ends up consuming and dying down your light and who you truly are. And it is important to let go of the anger in your heart because you haven't, or you thought that you haven't done your best. Honey, all this time you have been doing your best. You have been doing your best to survive with the means that you are given. And that in itself is the ultimate act of love. And no, you're not gonna fall in love with someone that is in a relationship. Bitch, that's crazy. I have come back and I've let go of my worries of people judging me for coming back. I only have like very few subscribers, but deep in my heart, I have to let go of my fear that this podcast wouldn't be appreciated, of this podcast not reaching the audience that it needs to reach. And as simple as that, you need to let go. Because if I only listened to my thoughts and the negativity in my brain, I wouldn't be here. Wouldn't be able to share this experience, and maybe I wouldn't have helped an individual go through something similar. And if you're going through something similar, I am here for you, and you should be there for yourself as well. The art of letting go is about being fine with change. It's about letting change happen to you and allowing it to teach you the lesson that it needs to teach you for you to grow as a human being. I understand that maybe you're feeling hopeless, you're feeling hurt because a situation, shit, or a relationship hasn't worked out for you. But I'm here to tell you, it just gets better, honey. I hope we just allow ourselves to experience life how we want to experience it. I myself am very addicted to just self help content all the time. And I feel like since I haven't gone through what the person has gone through, it might not work for me. But I just want to speak to you as a friend and just release your need to be influenced to change yourself. Because as human beings, we tend to process things differently. We face things differently. We have our own traumas. We have our own memories that just shape who we are right now. And I could have been more thankful. At the end of the day, you always have to come back to yourself and just be kind to yourself. Fuck life. Fuck it. Fuck it. Finger it, babes. Finger it. Anyways, you guys, I will see you in my next podcast episode.